Well, welcome back. Give me some rock and roll. What's up, YouTube? It's this guy, Jeremy McDonald. Let me hear you say it. One of your very favorite people with Parkinson's. Of course, that's Jeremy, also known as J Mac, Jeremy Mac. Let's do this thing. All right, we're back. Stay tuned for the movie Find of the Week. We're going to talk about dyskinesia today, one of the most frustrating side effects of our Parkinson's meds, which often get confused for Parkinson's itself. But before we do that, I got to get comfortable here. Easier said than done. You can get a hold of me at jmacpodcaster@gmail.com, spelled Jaymac podcaster. And then I'd just like to say thank you so much for the support of my album that came out. One Day, music inspired by Parkinson's, under the name Jeremy Mac on all major streaming services. I'll throw up a picture of the album cover. All right, so welcome to my blockbuster. We're talking about dyskinesia. All right, so when I first became aware of Parkinson's disease, it was probably like most people through Michael J. Fox. And I used to see him wiggle in his chair and not be able to sit still. And I thought, well, that looks god-awful. I would hate to have that disease, assuming that was the disease. No, that's not the case. For those of you who don't know, dyskinesia, I think it basically means hypermovement. It's like uncoordinated movement, sort of like a very uncoordinated dance. This happens at the peak doses of our medicine. We take a medicine called Sinemet. It replaces the dopamine in our brain. Of course, dopamine is what goes missing in brains with Parkinson's. What's the best way to describe it? Let me think. It's kind of like, there's the restless leg syndrome, which I think that's kind of apples and oranges. That's, some people, they can't stop bouncing their leg. That's similar. It's like you're jerky and you can't really stop moving because it's almost, I guess it's more like you can't stop moving, almost like a marionette. That's probably a better way to put it. Marionettes that pull the strings. And it's actually one of the most embarrassing things. It's actually more embarrassing to me than the shaking. When people see shaking, they go, oh, Parkinson's, or he's nervous, or something like that. Dyskinesia is sometimes can be quite violent. My good friend David Sangster, I'll throw up a link to his video that he did about it a couple weeks ago. So it's a really good video. Maybe it's a better explanation maybe than I'm giving right now, but he's got cases of him where he's really dyskinetic. And so, okay, example, I went out a couple weeks ago, went to the reptile room with my wife. She's a big snake reptile lady. She loves when I say that. So I took my medicine, and I was feeling pretty good. We got into the reptile room. I was in my wheelchair because my dyskinesia makes my legs move around, so I can't really walk that good. All right, so we're sitting and I'm totally fine, totally still. Time to take my next dose, pop the pill in, popped a half pill actually, didn't even pop the full dose. About 15 minutes later, my legs wanted to just start bouncing all around in the chair. And so what you would think was, well, why don't you wait to take your medicine? Well, it doesn't work like that. Sometimes my medicine kicks in very quickly, other times it's slow, much like me. Because in Parkinson's disease, your digestive tract can slow down too, so it really limits the amount of predictability you can have with your medication. So I was self-conscious, and it was all I could do to keep my legs from moving. Sometimes I'll wrap them around stools or like the legs of a chair just to keep them from bouncing all over. And I got to tell you, when I'm trying to do a video, it can be really frustrating. Right now, my legs are fairly still, moving a little bit, but when it kicks in, it's the most uncomfortable feeling in the world, like somebody's controlling you with a remote or like a marionette, and you can't stop moving. And that's embarrassing. It's also can be kind of frightening because sometimes it hurts, much like dystonia, where your muscles twist and cramp. I have the kind of dyskinesia, which it's a little bit of both, where I have trouble not moving, but then my muscles also twist and cramp up. Which, if you're hanging out in my house for a long time and I'm sitting cross-legged on a chair, eventually you'll see me get up and bounce around because my legs are literally cramping up under me, which I sit on them to control the wiggles, but then sometimes I can't. And then I have to straighten them out, and it's just a whole thing. So Parkinson's presents in a lot of different ways, but I think from what I understand, it's usually people that are on Sinemet or levodopa for long periods of time. Now, there's two schools of thought. One is that the medicine becomes less effective the longer you're sick. I tend to lean on to the side of you just get sicker and the medicine is less predictable. That's kind of what I think. I don't think it has anything to do with the efficacy. Just my opinion. I still am on pretty much the same dose I was when I was diagnosed, and I take it every 2 hours or so. So I have not upped my dose, but yet my dyskinesia kicks in. And there's some days, honestly, and this is what Michael J. Fox has said. He's like, when I'm sitting at home, it's not really like this. I mean, there was a couple nights ago, over the last weekend. I guess it's been 5 nights ago, whatever. I sat still for like 3 hours with no dyskinesia. I timed my medicine just right. I had the right amount of food in my stomach. But then other nights, you do the exact same thing, eat the same stuff, time your medicine the exact same, and it's a whole barrel of monkeys. So you can leave me your own dyskinesia stories. I mean, I've got people that think you're on drugs or you're tweaking or they think you're having a spasm or a seizure. It's kind of, honestly, it's kind of all the above. We are on drugs, but not good drugs. It is kind of like a spasm and looks like a seizure, but it's not. We don't lose consciousness. Most people don't. I think that's something else. But it's really frustrating. If there's one thing I wish we could do, it's find a way to stop or limit dyskinesia now. Some people use DBS. I'm not interested in that. Really, I don't want to deal with the risks. I'm 13 years in. I'm kind of like, I kind of know this beast a little bit, and I'm not really that interested in poking the beast by opening my brain up. And not, at least if it's not going to fix it, I'm not really interested in that. And once again, I've heard Michael J. Fox say the exact same thing. If it's not going to, I don't want the air hitting my brain unless it's going to fix something. But that's everybody's choice. So leave me your stories. And maybe you've got a story of getting disconnected in public and having people misinterpret you. It's really frustrating. Like I said, the number one thing I wish I could change. All right, movie find of the week. Now, this is a classic one. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. 1970... 75. So the year before I was born. See, I'm getting a little disconnect right there. See my shoulder? Trying to reposition myself. That's dyskinesia. Case in point. It doesn't last forever. It just kind of comes and goes. This movie's appropriate. It's a brilliant cast. You get to see Danny DeVito when he still had hair. Christopher Lloyd, of course, from Back to the Future. Nurse Ratched, I got to tell you, was kind of cute in this. I don't remember being so damn cute, but she's pretty psychotic. The Chief, great movie. This came with the documentary disc. Like I said, I love the packaging. Came with the documentary disc, which is something else I love about physical media. It usually comes with bonus stuff. Really fascinating behind the scenes tale of filming that movie. So if you want to, and it won an Academy Award. Five Academy Awards. Go figure. So you want to go walk back through memory lane and watch people that are probably more jacked up than we are. Hopefully. Watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. But by the way, they had a blast filming this movie. That's one of the things behind the scenes. They had an absolute blast. That's all I got from my Blockbuster in the currently melting and rather warm city of St. Louis. Peace and love, and enjoy your movies.